is
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Yeah, so let's wait for a couple of 1 or 2 minutes, then we can get started.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, you are not audible.
Yeah, so I'm just saying let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes, then we can get started. Thanks, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, yeah. So I heard,
Morning, sir.
yeah, I heard a very loud good morning. So I hope, yeah, so I hope basically you had a very good breakfast. So what did you had?
मेथी के पराठे.
अरे वाह, पता चल रहा है. Okay, very nice. Okay, so let's wait for another 1 minute and we can get
Right.
started. So I believe the last class is over, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, officially it's over, but some students might be taking doubts right now.
Okay, no issue. That's probably we can wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so okay. So meanwhile, let me share my screen.
Excuse me.
And yeah, so by the way, I mean, I believe the SAM student has taken the tutorial for the first time on last Wednesday, right? So could any of you share? I mean, please raise your hand, otherwise it will be in chaos. So who attended the tutorial for the first time on Wednesday? Anyone? Please raise your hand.
Sir, I did.
Yeah, raise your hand, please. Okay, Shubham, please go ahead.
Yeah,
So
sir, attended.
how was it? Did you learn anything?
Yeah, it was very nice. And I
Okay.
found the TA was very helpful and very, I would say, polite and friendly in nature.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. It's very simple funda that we discussed in last night. I mean, not night, I mean the last class. Garbage in, garbage out, right? If you give feedback, I mean, if you can basically work them with, if you show the learning, I mean, motivation, they will definitely help you. If you disturb the class, then probably you won't get the good experience. So
Yes, sir.
please, yeah, so it's not to you, but just comment to all the class, because what some of the feedback I got in the last tutorial in the class is like some of the people are, I mean, basically discussing or probably the chatting irrelevant thing in the chat box, which is not correct. So I request everyone to please not do so. So this particular platform that we are using, either chat box or the muting, unmuting, raising your hand yourself, that should be related to the course, right? So please, yeah, so please don't discuss irrelevant thing in the chat box. Otherwise, it will be kind of haywire, and it will be difficult for us to basically follow. So if you have any question in the meanwhile, please feel free to write, but not something irrelevant, which probably we don't prefer and don't like.
Good
So I
morning,
hope
sir.
yeah, good morning, yeah. How are you?
Fine, sir. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah. We were waiting for you. Okay, since we were waiting for Vikrant, so now we can get started since he's here. Okay.
Sir, links for attendance.
Hmm. We don't do attendance. We don't want any attendance.
That's the
Okay.
best thing about you, Prop.
Okay, good. Okay,
Sir,
so let's get,
me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, I was hoping that by in the end of this lecture, sir, can you just give us some information regarding the presentations and the project that we will be doing in the semester? Like,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Sir.
Yeah,
what
that we already have. That we already have in our plan, and we will be discussing that. So I hope you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
Wait a
Yes, sir.
second, sir. Share
Now we
the
got it.
audio.
So now you have stopped the screen share.
Yeah, you'll see. Don't worry. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah. So good morning, everyone. So let's get started without any further delay. And okay, some of the stuff. Yeah. So I hope everyone know, I mean, when their presentation is scheduled, right? So for the next class that is on next Wednesday, I mean on 13 Jan. So you can see, I mean, there are three groups are will be presenting their work. So probably the one group is 5_9. So do we have any people from this group today? Aryan, Chitej, Saksham, Vaibhav, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So have you thought about the problem or the work that you want to present?
So we're gonna do it today. Actually, we formed the WhatsApp group yesterday.
Okay, so let's hope, I mean, you will basically finalize some problem statement, and you problem formalize any interactive problem, as I mentioned, in daily life that you encounter, and you need to present. So regarding presentation, so by end of the class today, one of the TA, Kanupriya, will be presenting one of her work, right? So that will be kind of example for you, what we are expecting in the presentation, what are the topics you need to include, and given a problem statement, what you have to include, right? So hopefully that will also help you to what to include in your presentation, how to present, what are the aspects you have to look at, and so on, right?
Yes.
So another group is 1_7. So do we have Shumanshu, Vedant, Adityan, Dhruv here?
Yes, sir. Vedant.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very nice. So have you finalized your problem?
So we're thinking about it. We just, I was not able to contact many members of the group, so I just mailed them yesterday. So we formed the group yesterday. By today evening, we'll finalize the problem which we'll be making the presentation on.
So have you also formed the WhatsApp group?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree
Yes,
with WhatsApp? Do you agree with WhatsApp privacy policy?
no, sir.
Then what is the use of this WhatsApp group?
Sir, not everybody is on Signal.
Okay.
Sir, we agree with the words.
Yeah, but Elon Musk said, right? Use Signal.
Sir, I am. Not everybody is though.
Sir, Telegram OP.
I'm also using it.
Sir, the stock will climb.
Zuckerberg said to use Facebook and Messenger.
Zuckerberg भैया का सच्चाई है.
Sir, a
Okay,
single
so
tweet can
okay,
lead to
okay,
11.
okay, fine, thanks. So the next group is 2_4. So we still okay. So we have another Vedant.
Yes,
How
sir.
many Vedant there in the class? At least two I have seen.
There is me and one. I think there are two more Vedant in the whole batch.
Okay, it seems very popular now. Sorry, wait a second. Just give me a second. Sorry. Hey
Sir?
everyone, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. So I hope you can hear me now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we have Vedant, Yash, Aftab, and Anshak. So, and probably one more, Arsh. So have you finalized your group?
Yes, sir. We have finalized our group like a day before yesterday. So,
Mhm.
but like I thought like you asked yesterday to volunteer. So, so is this list
No,
so
the thing is, I asked for
random?
volunteer. I asked for volunteer, but only one group has volunteered. So rest of the groups, as I said, I have to assign randomly, right? So I
All
mean,
right.
so I would say you. I don't know whether you treat is being lucky or unlucky, but yeah, you'll have to present day after tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Okay. So have you also finalized the problem or still thinking about it?
So we have not finalized the problem, but we have like decided a Google Meet
ठीक
today.
है, ठीक है. So discuss with among yourself. As I said, I mean, you simply have to look at any problems around you, right? Yes. So for example, as I said, by end of the class, we'll be discussing one of the problem statement that you face in daily life. So similarly, you can choose any problem, and over the time, we'll try to ask different groups to choose different problem. So probably the groups who are presenting on Wednesday, they can consider themselves as a lucky because they have all the freedom to choose anything because no other groups have chosen anything, right? But
Excuse me,
over
sir.
the time,
Sir,
yes,
can
yeah,
we
over the
volunteer on Wednesday?
no, because that time is over, right? So we already finalized everything. So we already have 3 groups on Wednesday.
Sir, I
Yeah.
have a doubt.
So yes.
Sir, like, can we take the topics like the issues we have presented in a assignment that we have submitted of IACI?
I mean, then how it is going to add much value to your knowledge, right? I mean, ideally choose some because you have flexibility now. You can choose anything. Again, we are not going to stop, but again, so it's better because we are giving you more flexibility by choosing anything. So what you simply can do, just choose something other than that, right?
Thank you, sir.
So I also want to.
Yeah, Aditya.
So like there's a device already been made. So can we like input our like what we can change in that device so that it can be easy for us? So can we do that?
What change? What you want to change in that device? Which device you're
Like
talking about?
so like if there's something like there's a button on it, we want to make it whole touchscreen panel like this. So we can make it on our own in a presentation.
No, the thing is, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about because you have not given me any context, right? So first you have to give me some context, what problem you're talking about. Then we can talk about button or device, which device you're talking about.
So he
Okay.
wants to say that to modify a thing or a device.
Which device?
Sir, just like phone, earlier it
Uh-huh.
used to have a button.
Is that you saying? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Can anybody hear me? Yeah, can
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Aditya, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
then
sir.
probably
Yes,
I
sir.
lost the person who was saying.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, Aditya, you wanted to say something.
Sir, I wanted to ask a question. Our presentation has to be on a problem which we have identified in our surroundings, or it has to be on an already existing interactive system and how it is helping others and what
It
improvements we
could
can
be
make.
it could be any existing system around you as well. So for example, I mean, you can take Alexa or anything, right? But
Yes.
Alexa may have some good feature, may have some bad feature. So that is the thing you have to discuss about, right? You have to talk about its design, whether it's a good design, bad design. Similarly, what is usability, what is the user experience, UI, and many other stuff that all the point that are mentioned, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Should it be?
Okay, good.
Sir,
Yes,
sir,
Arpit.
sir, should it be related to technical background or can it be anything related to anything?
It could be anything. I don't want to restrict to technical background because here we are talking about human computer interaction, right? As long as some human and some interaction with the computer device or anything are involved, we are fine. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's get started with the rest of the class.
Excuse me,
And,
sir.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Yes, who is there?
Sir, Ritvik. Sir, what if a group
Yes.
group gives a presentation on a product that someone else was also preparing for it?
Yeah, so that's what I said. I mean, the first three people, the first three groups who are going to present on Wednesday, you simply let us know what topic you.
So what if we preparing for same product but we're focusing on different aspects of it? Will that be all right? If two different groups present on the same product but they are focusing on different aspects of the product.
Hello.
Sorry, so yeah, I think my microphone will stop working.
Excuse
So
me,
Ritvik,
sir.
can you hear me, right? Ritvik, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Excuse
fine.
me, sir.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, wait, please raise your hand. So what I'm saying, please mute yourself. Everyone, please mute yourself. Yeah, so what I'm saying, so for the three groups that will be presenting on Wednesday, you can share the problem with us. But for the remaining groups, what we'll do, we'll share a form or probably some link through which you will let others, our TAs know what problem you want to work on, right? And simple, it's a kind of first come first serve basis. So which of the topic are not already taken by others, you are free to choose. If someone has already chosen, then you will have to basically choose some other topic. Am I clear here?
So,
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
So
yes, so if someone
yeah,
has already done a presentation on the same product, for example, or the same system, but we're focusing on another aspect of the whole human-computer interaction of
that's
that
fine.
system.
In that, yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
in that case, it should be fine, but you'll have to clearly highlight how it is different from the others which are already covered. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah, Vidhan.
so the three groups that are presenting on Wednesday have to like submit the topic they are presenting on.
Yes, they have to submit by today. And for the other groups, I will sharing a form through which you have to mention, or we will share a Google Sheet where you can write down. Okay.
So by tomorrow, so like by evening or like by midnight.
So I believe you're talking about group 3, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
You are referring to the three groups which will be presenting on Wednesday. So that you can do by tonight, right? That you can do by tonight.
Thank you, sir.
And for others, it will be by end of this week.
Thanks.
So the project should have a proper feasibility occurrence now.
Yeah. So that all you have to discuss, right? You have to discuss about its feasibility as well, right?
Yeah, actually, that shouldn't be like a fiction type.
Yeah, it shouldn't be totally fiction because how you are going to involve human in there, right? Here we are willing to talk about interaction design. We are willing to talk about usability, user requirement, and so on. So in that case, it won't have to be fiction, right? It has to be real problem that is around you.
So will this presentation contribute to any marks?
No. So it's only for learning, right? What is the aim of this course? I hope the main aim is the learning. All the evaluation and marks are secondary, right? But if you really want to be graded, I can do so. Do you want it to be graded?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, then good.
Sir,
Yeah,
can
so
you... Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Harsh, you were saying something.
No, sir, you can. I'll ask at the end. It's okay. You can continue.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm saying that's fine. Because we will evaluate in many other aspects later on. Because ultimately, let's focus on the learning first, and the evaluation definitely will be doing with many other ways later on. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's get started, everyone, because I believe we are running a bit late as compared to section A, so we'll have to go ahead. But anyways, I hope you are learning. So that is the key. So we can get started. So I believe now everyone is on Google Classroom. Is here anyone who haven't joined Google Classroom yet among the 279 people who are attending? Anyone who has not joined, please raise your hand. So I believe Aditya and Ritvik are it's their old raised hand. So I believe they are still on the Google Classroom. Okay, good. Ishan, are you not on Google Classroom? Ishan, are you not on Google Classroom?
Sir, I am. I was joining. Just 1 minute.
Okay. Okay, so now I hope everyone is on Google Classroom. So let's go next. So in the last week, we have discussed about many things. So just to quick recap, as we have discussed, we need to understand the user because we want to build a system that involves human and somehow it facilitates the interaction between human and computer. And when I say computer, just consider it as any device, any other equipment that you think of that you use in your daily life. So here, when we are talking about understanding the user, because that is the key of any human computer interaction based system or any designing of any interactive system. So we need to understand the user. We need to consider what the people are good and bad at. We have discussed a number of examples in the last few classes. So we also need to consider what might help people with the way they currently do things, right? Because if you want to propose a system, the people and it is different from the people basically do the things in your daily life, it is not going to succeed, right? Similarly, so anybody want to give example? So what if we want to propose a system and which is different from the thing you do in your daily life? Anybody will please raise your hand who want to answer this?
Actually, we can think about augmented reality, perhaps, of working on laptop on regular basis. Actually, that would be a kind of different thing.
Okay. Yeah, but even in augmented reality or any virtual reality, you try to mimic do the work same as which other do. So probably I can give an example. How many have heard of the term CPR? And please raise your hand.
What's a CPR?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it seems many people are. So probably I can give ask Danish. Danish, do you know how to do CPR?
Yes, sir. I have watched this in video. Like it's
Wonderful. So suppose you have to build a AR based system or probably VR based system for training how to do CPR. So how the CPR will do? I mean, you need to do the CPR exactly the same way it has to be done in real life, right? Or
Yes,
can
sir.
you keep it different?
Yes, sir.
No, we
Right?
have to make it same.
Exactly. So that is the thing. And we also have to consider the human limitation, what they can do. For example, so since you have done CPR, how many I mean, the compression we need to do in 1 minute?
30.
Others?
120.
100.
Okay. So we see a lot of
60.
100 to 120, I think.
Right. So again, so that so I leave it up to you. Go back and check, but it has to be very fast, right? Because and often these are
100 to 120, sir.
yeah. So often these are determined in such a way the people human can do, right? I mean, because the people doctors have come with these numbers only because the human can do this much, right? What if I say, I mean, you have to do completion by say 200 times, 300 times, because probably that may not be feasible for human, right? And similarly, you cannot say just 10 because that may not be feasible for I mean, that is not going to help patient, right? So you also need to consider what might help people with the way they currently do things. So, I mean, that may be a bit relevant example. So another example then you can think of withdrawing money, right? So for withdrawing money, how the people do the things at the moment, right? So, okay, so Aryan, you want to say something? I believe you are raising your hand for first time. Aryan.
No, sir.
Okay.
I only know the what the CPI is that you have mentioned to raise the hand
Okay.
if you know.
Okay, then probably it's an old hand. So thinking through what might provide quality user experience, right? Because until users are not satisfied, until the user is not getting good experience, right? I mean, the whole system is not of any use. And listening to what people want and getting them involved in the design. So that is very important part in when you are building any systems, right? So what people want, so how you can collect this? We have discussed about this in before. Anybody want to unmute and answer? What to listening to what people want? How you can do that?
So
Sir, many companies come up with a beta model in which
No.
we
So
Sir, by the
beta
system of
model.
feedback.
Beta
No, no.
model is just
No, no,
Sir,
no. No, no,
empathize.
no. So
Feedback and reviews.
listening to what people want is not that you can get in the feedback. That is not you can get in beta version, because by that time the company has already built the thing.
Survey.
Right?
We have to make a
Survey, right? So we have discussed in the last few classes. So we need to collect the user requirement, right? You need to consider, and how you can collect that user requirement. That can be done through survey. That can be done through interview. That can be done. I mean, it can be done many ways, right? So survey is one way. Similarly, as I said, I mean, interaction, interview can be done another ways. I mean, there are many others that we'll be discussing in more details in the upcoming classes. And once you understand the requirement, you need to involve them in the design, so that I mean you can understand what they want and whether your design is addressing those requirements or not, right? Similarly, user-centered techniques during the design process. User-centered techniques during the design process that you have to consider, because 1 second, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that is a quick recap what we have discussed in the last few classes. As I said before as well, at least in this course, we will try to repeat many things many times, so that by end of the course, you will be kind of develop a good understanding of most of them, right? So that is the reason we try to do a lot of recap. We try to cover the same thing in many ways and so on. Okay, so how many of you have read this chapter so far?
Sir,
Because
I have read it.
okay, very good. Just please raise your please just raise your hand, otherwise it will be chaos. So I can see, I mean, only few people have raised hand. So is it so? I mean, why you have not? You already have the book in front of you. I mean, I already provided. Yeah, so this has recalled me one thing. Yeah, some students are still some people are still sending me requests to access this book by their personal email ID. As I said many times, please use your IIITD email ID to access this. With your personal email ID, we are not allowing you, and in fact, I do not want to reply to that emails. So again, just a gentle reminder to everyone. If you want to access any resources of this course, please use your IIITD email ID and not your personal email ID. Yeah, so those who haven't read this book, at least this first chapter, I mean, please go through this chapter. It's very easy to read. A lot of good examples are given in the book itself. A number of things that we are going to discuss in this class is already there. In fact, we have just taken the slides from the book itself. And if you don't want to attend class, you simply go through these slides and we are perfectly fine. Okay, so as you have gone through the book, you can see, I mean, in the first chapter, we are going to discuss about a number of things. So like good and poor design. So in the tutorial as well, in the last few classes, we have discussed this. So what is interaction design? What is user experience? Understanding user accessibility, inclusiveness, usability, and experience goal. That is, we will be covering in this particular chapter. Some of them we have already discussed in the previous and last two classes, and some of them I will be trying to cover today in the next class. And that's it. So the main objective is of this chapter to explain the difference between good and poor interaction design. So we have discussed this with many examples, at least few examples in the class as well as in tutorial. I hope now you can appreciate what is good and poor design. So describe what interaction design is, how it relates to the human-to-computer interaction. We have discussed in some details in the previous classes. I will try to cover again in the class today so that will make more sense to you. So explain the relation between the user experience and the usability. The
Sir, we
Sir,
can't
you
hear
are not audible.
Yeah, you're not audible, sir.
Sir, you are not audible.
Sir, you are not audible.
Sir, you're not audible.
Sir, you are not audible.
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Sir, you're not audible.
सर को हमारी आवाज नहीं जा रही शायद.
Is there any teaching assistant in the class right now?
Hello. Hello.
Sir,
Hello,
you are not
audible.
audible.
Hello, sir. हेलो.
कोई सा वीडियो ऑन करके सर को इशारे में बताओ.
नीलम भाई
नहीं जा रहा है तो वीडियो कैसे जाएगा?
बहुत बढ़िया जतिन.
आर्यन नॉट ऑडिबल बोल रहा है.
चेक
क्या भाई शोभित क्या बोल रहा है भाई?
हाँ भाई रुक झोंक कर दिया सर को मैसेज.
लास्ट में सर लिख दे ताकि सर को ये ना लगे पंगे ले रहे हैं हम.
नहीं सर को डायरेक्ट मैसेज कर दिया.
सीधे सर को म्यूट कर दिया ऑप्शन.
सब एनोटेट सीधा. बहुत बढ़िया. सही किया भाई बिल्कुल.
ये क्या चल रहा है?
Can you hear me now? I think there are some issues with the mic.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We will not able to hear you for the last 2 or 3 slides. So
Okay, I'm sorry about that. So I think I will have to
Can you
change
please
my-
start again?
Okay, sure. So I was okay. So what I was saying mainly, I mean, you can also go through this particular example why this is bad design, specifically for this, because suppose you have to click door open or close. I hope you can see. I mean, this particular button also look like a button, but in fact this is not a button. If you have to perform this operation, you have to click this. But to human, I mean, you may click this, right? Because that is confusing and it also look like a button. So you can also have a look at this particular example in the book that has discussed in great details. Similarly, in the book, there is another example about voice answering system. So often what happens, I mean, if suppose you have been staying in hostel or probably even at home, you are not around and someone has called you, right? So you have a voicemail box where different calls has come. So you can basically, earlier it used to happen, you have a lot of missed call and a lot of voice recording available to you, and it's very difficult to coordinate what to do and so on. So researcher Bishop basically has proposed a marble answering machine system. So whenever any voice missed call is there, so all the kind of different marbles will come up and different color will show the different basically the people and so on, and you can deal with this. This is the way they propose that it's easy, intuitive and pleasurable to use, and based on how everyone everyday object we have. In this way, basically, and it also requires only one step action to perform core tasks. So one task would be call back the person. One core task would be just play the person. So for example, if you just want to play the message, put your marble here. And if you want to call back the person, the sender, so in that case, you can just drop your marble here, right? So in this way, basically, you can see, I mean, how you can simplify the voice mailbox system and how to interact with that. So in the book, it has been discussed in more details, and even some of the videos are already provided. So I request and probably suggest you to go through that video and the more details in the book. Okay. So what are the, but before, definitely you can go into more details, but could someone want to highlight what will be the issue with such kind of system? What is the issue with this marble based system? Anyone?
Physically disabled people might not be able to hold the marbles and all of that also.
Okay, that's
It can only be used in certain environments because
What if there are two people
the
with the
marbles
same
are not attached to the.
Marbles get lost.
Yeah.
Sir, we
Yeah,
don't know whose
There's
missed call
only
do we
one
have.
placement.
So there difficulty
Sir,
of knowing the
blind people
people
will
for
have
whom
yeah,
the
please
marble came.
wait. I think it's difficult to follow if everyone speak at the same time, right? So it's better, please raise your hand and I can basically ask some people. So anyways, I mean, all of you have basically already mentioned a lot of good reasons, like it will may be difficult for blind people, it may be difficult for probably environment where it has been placed, and probably it may be lost and so on. Definitely there might be some Shakti Kapoor जो I mean कंचों से आंखें निकाल के गोटियां खेलता है, तो here गोलियां, I mean he can play with that, right? So the marble can get lost. So in that case, basically, yeah, so you will have to think that aspect while playing with it, right? While basically building a system for that. So yeah, so these are some drawbacks with that. So that's why probably you need to come up with even better system, because because when you are proposing any system in response to the limitation of the existing system, right? So you need to address some of the existing solved problems, and often you address some of the problems, you also basically introduce some new challenges, and that's how the research works. That's how the whole system works, right? So for example, if you look at the first initial system, the way people communicate over the telephone. Now, can please raise your hand, anyone? Why basically we have replaced telephone with the mobile phones? What are the major limitation with that?
Compact
So,
size.
Portability.
Portability.
Okay.
Portability, more functionality.
Compact size.
Very nice, very nice. So similarly, but now can you think of anything else? Because again, if you look at in the mobile phone, someone has asked in the beginning about, right? So when the mobile phone came, so basically it was like keyboard, key based thing. You need to click the buttons. And now, yeah, so now it has changed from key based to touchpad. Now, I mean, you won't be surprised in the near future, probably you will have a smartphone where you even don't have to touch, just think and the thing will get done.
So
Can you
Siri
think?
and Google Assistant, we also have voice assistants now.
Yeah. So that's very nice. I mean, earlier, I mean, people have to write or probably click the page. Now you can use Google Assistant and Siri to in order to get the work done. Very similar to Alexa. But what I'm saying, I mean, in the future, you may also have you may also expect a system which basically allow you to basically simply just don't say anything, just think about it. Just think about it. Like I just thought, okay. So in fact,
it's
yeah.
neural.
So yeah, it's a neural thing. Yeah, exactly. So what I thought, what I have just thought right now. In fact, I just given a message. Vishal Shiva, please say what do you think? So this is what I thought. Yeah. So Vishal, would you like to reply?
Yes, sir.
That can be difficult.
Yeah, so that is difficult, but there is a lot of system which is working in that direction. If you follow the research, I mean, in fact, I will try to cover in the some of my next few classes. So we have done a work. So based on your just head movement, we write what you are thinking. Just like using the swipe. How many have used the swipe keyboard on the mobile?
Sir, I have.
We have used me.
Right? So we followed exactly the same concept. The way you swipe the keyboard to write anything, what you said, okay, so okay, we just I mean, do head movement to swipe any word. Just do the head movement to swipe your any word, and we'll write the thing. So we have built a system, and we are still working on that. And so it's not only we who are doing this. I mean, there are a number of researchers who are working on different aspects that. So they are capturing the brain signals. They are capturing many other signals which are available, and based on that, they make decisions. So if you are interested, you should explore this topic. It's very futuristic and very, very important thing that you can have. For example, such kind of system will be very, very useful for the disabled people, right? So for example, I have a choice to say something. I have a choice to write something. But what about the people who, for example, I mean, there are many people, right? I mean, who cannot move their hand, they cannot move their mouth, they cannot say anything, right? So such kind of system are very, very useful there. So yeah, so about more about this particular marble answering machine, please read the book, and that has been discussed in more details. So what basically what to design, you need to take into account who are the user. I hope I agree with you with me. So what activity is being carried out, what interaction is taking place, and you need to basically optimize the interaction users with a product. So how you can optimize the interactions of user with the product so that they can match the user activities and the need. And that's exactly you have to do, and you have to design a system like that. So what is interaction design? Just to give a formal definition, to designing interactive product to support the way people communicate and interact in their everyday and working lives, right? So that is the interaction design. So we have discussed in the last class what is the difference between interaction and communication. Aditya, would you like to answer? Aditya Nangia.
Sorry, sir, I didn't realize my hand was up.
No, it's fine. You can still answer. What is the difference between communicate and interact?
I'll have to think about it. I'm not sure.
Sir, may I answer?
We will give you a chance. So let's probably try some new people. Aishani, would you like to answer?
I am not exactly sure what the answer can be, but according to me, communication is a two-way process. It is basically where if you're communicating with someone, both of them need to be able to understand whatever is being said, whatever is being gestured and everything. But interaction is when we have one platform or we have one object or something. It doesn't have to be two people necessarily, but then it could be where we have a platform and one person or another object.
Okay, nice attempt. Yeah, so it's a bit, I would not say very accurate, but yeah, still. So Gurmehak, you want to answer? I believe you have attended last class as well, and we have discussed in more details. Gurmehak, you want to answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Interaction is a broader term, and communication is basically the passing the information from one person to other, like you told in the last class.
Anything else I said you want to add?
Sir, I'll have to think about some more points.
Okay, no issue. Gauravi, you would like to add anything?
Sir, I feel communication is a broader term and interact comes under it. Interaction comes under. That's what I feel.
No, that's not true. Interaction is more broader topic. As we discussed, communication is a kind of part, and because you can communicate, you can say basically more interact in many ways, right? So communication is one way you can basically pass the information and basically share the information. You can also perform gesture, and you can also basically do some acting. So if you recall, we discussed in interaction, basically perform the interaction. We do some act, right? We do some act. So that could be communication, that could be gesture, that could be many other things, right? That could be just say hi. That is also communication and so on. So again, I mean, you can look for my previous recording. We have discussed in more details.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the next part is what is the goal of interaction design, right? So the goal of interaction design is basically develop some usable products. And when we say the usable product, so here basically we mean usability by easy to learn, effective to use, and provides an enjoyable experience. That is, and how you can achieve all those? Simply you have to involve users in the design process. So are you agree with this? So the goal of interaction design is to develop some usable product, because you from the definition of the interaction design, you basically design interactive product to support the way people communicate and interact in their daily and everyday life, right? So the way they interact, the way they communicate in daily life, every life. So in that case, you need to basically develop some usable product, and usability again means to learn, easy to learn, effective to use. So whenever you are designing any interactive system, just keep these key points in mind. And in order to achieve all those, as I said, you have to involve users in the design process. So let's go for one activity, right? So for example, in practice, to make up a given design team depends on the kind of interactive product being built. So what do you think should be involved in developing a public kiosk providing information about exhibit available in Science Museum? What do you think? Please raise your hand. Don't just answer. Okay, so who has raised hand? Okay, so Bhagesh, you want to answer?
So in making a kiosk, sir, something that I have found very difficult, like the screens or the touchscreen panels that are available there to find certain exhibits, is quite difficult for people who don't have or are having rudimentary knowledge. Like, so
Right.
I think some, like for kids, it should be different. For adults or some experienced people, the experience should be different. So like for kids, it can be, the interface can be more image based, so that they because they kind of relate with the images and the pictures that they see. So the interface can be oriented in that direction. And for like the older people or the people who have more knowledge about the exhibits, it can be more field based.
No, that is true. But the the question here is, who do you think should be involved in the developing?
Okay.
So
I'll think about it, and
sure,
I'll take a minute or two.
Sure. So Harsh, you want to answer? Okay, Mudit.
Sir, which Harsh?
Harsh Bharadwaj. Anyways, I mean, you should have taken the benefit of doubt, and it's fine. Yeah. Anyways, Mudit.
Should I go? Yeah. So, sir, probably a software designer, the one who will make the interactive system,
Very
and
nice.
probably translators for multiple languages if people from different areas are coming to watch the exhibits and the museum, and probably someone to feed in the information that about the exhibits that are present in the museum. Sorry, sir, I didn't get you. Is anyone else facing the same problem?
Same problem. Not audible. Jatin, annotate.
सर आवाज नहीं आ रही अब.
Great, bhai. We are practicing annotation today.
बहुत बढ़िया मजा.
Interactive design.
Bad design.
Today we are using the interactive design.
Exactly. यही बोलना पड़ेगा. वाह, बहुत अच्छा.
Why?
Good design है.
Good design.
रुक जाओ, अभी सर ही हटा रहे होंगे. Just give it a moment. Don't
भाई
tap
एक
down.
बंदे ने बोल दिया ना, सब लोग चढ़ गए.
हर्ष शांत.
हर्ष ये क्या मचा रहा है?
Hello, sorry. I think I'll have to replace, but I don't have time at the moment. But anyways, yeah, Diprosi, you want to answer? Sorry.
Hello, yes, sir. So, first of all, I guess
means a kayaks should always have a database system wherein it stores the information, as in what the question has asked for developing. That is the first thing that we should have. Secondly, anything we have.
No,
We can have
again, the question is, who do you think? So software engineers one answer. So what are the other people we should involve in the design development
There
process?
are archaeologists.
Archaeologists, very nice. Khwahish?
Psychologist actually.
Psychologist,
So
okay.
the graphic designers who will be responsible for making the kiosk system interactive for children. Obviously, the archaeologists and the scientists who can provide the information. Also, the team should consist of probably the younger people so that they can connect well with the children and the younger generation, because we would want children to learn at a science museum. We don't exactly expect adults to come in.
Right. So very
We
nice answer.
also need to involve the people who give people usually the tour in the museum, because they know what kind of questions and the queries are. So like, also, sir, for people who are disabled, like we need to bring in people who have experience with designing the interactive system for people who are disabled, because this is going to be a very big point, whether it is open for everybody or is it only for people who don't have any disability.
Very nice, Bhagesh. Yeah, so as you have many of you mentioned, here we need to involve the graphic interaction designer. We need to include museum curator, educational advisor, software engineer, software designer, ergonomist, and probably many others, right? I mean, just name a few. So, I mean, these people, if you are going to involve these people in the development, I mean, they will add many details, and they will basically help you in coming with a better solution. So what kind of design? So basically the number of other terms used emphasizing what is being designed for. So you need to consider the user experience design, software design, user-centered design, and all these basically come under the umbrella of interaction design, right? So that is the fundamental to all disciplines, fields, approaches concerned with the researching and designing computer-based system for the people. So I believe this will be clear by this example. So if you have to, as I said, I mean, the interaction design is the broad umbrella under which all you have to cover up. So that's why I mean the different kind of people will be involved in designing any interactive system. So that may be from academic discipline. So that includes ergonomics, psychology, informatics, engineering, software engineering, and so on. That may also include basically the design practice, people from design. So that is the graphic designer, product design, artist design, film industry, and so on. And that may also include the interdisciplinary field like human factors. So that include human computer interaction, cognitive engineering, cognitive ergonomics, and so on, right? So I hope that you can see different kind of people are involved. So be it like academia, that is from design, or probably other interdisciplinary things. So when we're talking about things, so as you can see in more details, the relationship between ID, interaction design, SCI, and other field for academic disciplines. So the psychologist can add. So for example, psychologist, given the example of kiosk, can anybody want to comment how the psychologist, social scientist, and computer science we had discussed, right? So how psychology can going to help us? Neelab, would you like to answer?
No, sir,
Ayush?
my hand was raised from before.
No, that is fine. I mean, yeah.
No, sir, my hand was on.
No, ठीक है, that's fine.
May I answer, sir?
Please, yeah, go ahead.
Sir, psychologists and social scientists better understand how the normal people, like average people, thinks and their understanding. So what confusion might they face? So
Right.
these will be aspects they will try to cover in that.
Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, so in the interest of time, I mean, let's go for the rest of the few slides, and whole detailed discussion about how the academic discipline contributing to ID and all those things are discussed in the book. So you can go into that. Similarly, as you discuss about graphic design, product design, artist design, because that is about the main interface interaction with the user, right? I mean, if it is not very attractive, not looks very good or easy to use, I mean, it is going to fail, I mean, the people basically won't attract using such kind of kiosk. So that's why we need to include the design practice in the thing. Similarly, we also need to include interdisciplinary field. So do interaction design. So ubiquitous computing, similarly human factors, cognitive engineering, and computer supported cooperative system, and informative system, and so on. So
What is ubiquitous computing?
so ubiquitous computing is more about using any kind of system. So for example, uh, uh, mobile can be used for many other things, right? So now it is being used for calling, now it is used for healthcare, now it is used for game, and so on, right? So ubiquitous more in terms of performing many other things. Okay. So as you can see here, so working in the multidisciplinary teams, so many people from different backgrounds are involved. So that is the different perspective and the ways of seeing people and talking about things. So of course you can see the benefit. You have more ideas and design generated, right? But what is the drawback of that? So I'm allowing you to unmute yourself and say, what is the drawback of this?
Sir, a big team can take a lot of time.
Exactly.
to
Wait. So this is exactly I want to highlight. So when
No
I say
coordination.
coordination, right? That is the coordination. When I say now you unmute yourself and say everyone started giving their thing. So that is the key issue with this. I mean, difficult to communicate progress forward, design being created, because when you get a lot of comments, a lot of you need to manage, coordinate among the so many people. It will be very difficult to basically come up with a better solution, or probably acceptable solution with everyone, right? So that is the key advantage. But again, so it has benefits, and so you'll have to find a kind of balance between those. And there are many companies basically they are built about consulting about such interaction design and getting a lot of money. So Nielsen is one of the very popular group, and probably you may also heard of Nielsen survey or something. Similarly, Cooper, IDEO, and many companies are there. So how then? What about the user experience? So basically, how a product behaves and it is used by the people in real world. So that is the user experience. So that's why we need to consider the way people feel about it and their pleasure, satisfaction when using it, looking at it, holding it, and opening it or closing it. So if you see here, so the user experience is not only about performing the action. So for example, so here suppose you have the smartphone. So smartphone is not just about talking or probably SMS that doing that all those functionality, but it is about how you feel it, how you basically use it. How do you feel when you look at it? So how do you feel when you hold it and operate in opening, closing, and many other stuff, right? And many times, I mean, how you feel proud about it. So for example, when iPhone were launched, I mean, the people who have iPhone, they feel like, oh my God, I mean, yeah, so iPhone, Android user are nothing, right? And so it's more about many other experience that are developed by the design that is developed by the product. So it's about all aspect of the, I mean, yes, you can see a lot of definitions. So all aspect of the end user interaction with the company. So it's not only the product, but also the services, it also the interaction with the company and so on. So we cannot design a user experience. We can only can design for a user experience. So in the book, I mean, authors have discussed in more details. So you can basically go into read the chapter and you'll get more details about it. So defining user experience, these are some other examples that are I mean that other definitions given by the different people, but ultimately that we have discussed in the thing, that is the you can say the whole detail about it. So here, if you see, I mean, all the definition in a sense talking about the same thing, right? Just like such as how user perceive a product, such as whether it's a smart watch is seen as a sleek or chunky, and their emotional reflection to it, such as whether people have a positive experience when using it. And so in a way, I mean, everyone is talking the same thing, but probably in different words, right? So in this way, the user experience key is not only about the product functionality, but it is also about building joy, excitement, pleasure, fun, and yes, of course, the beauty to people's life. So I hope you agree with this, right? So user experience is considered everything. I mean, it's not only limited to the functions, but also the way you associate with the product, the way you enjoy the product, the way you have fun, and so on. So with this note, let me show a very small video, and I hope you enjoy this.
Sir, can you explain experience key again?
Sorry?
Experience key again, sir. Please tell me
Sure,
again
sure.
about.
Sure. So what I'm saying, what is the key of user experience? As I said, user experience is not just about we build the product that function. I mean, so for example, we have not, let's take an example of iPhone. The iPhone is built not only for the functionality it provides. For example, it is not just about for the phone call. It is not just about how it's how the it's I mean the graphics work, right? It's also about how slim it is. It is also about how we enjoy while using it. It is also about how, for example, if you look at the example which I'm giving right here. So it's not just about I mean about its functionality. It is also about do you feel pleasure? Do you satisfy when using it? Just by looking at it, just by holding it, just by opening it, closing it, unlocking it, probably locking it, many other stuff that you do with the product, right? So what I mean, it is not only about functionality. You have to add other aspect while using it. So that could be joy, excitement. So people should feel joy and excitement. So they should basically have pleasure and fun while using it. So for example, earlier people have to unlock the phone. They could have done, the functionality is still there, but now you do in more fun way. For example, you can touch with your finger and unlock the phone, right? That is
Face
probably
ID.
yeah. And similarly face ID, you can just look at your eyes and many other things that you can do. So a lot of things you can basically make better experience and so on. So let me play the video. So that will
Okay, sir.
probably
Thank
add
you.
a bit more what I mean to say.
चले चल 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 ये शाने चल चार्ज नहीं करने का शांति से खड़े रहे.
Can you hear it?
Yes. Yes, sir, we can hear.
चले चल 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 ये शाने चल चार्ज नहीं करने का शांति से खड़े रहे. चल आगे हाथ डाल, चड्डी में हाथ डाल, सब निकला इसका. दोनों जेब तो खाली है इसका. पीछे चेक करना. फील लेने का बेटे, धंधे के नाम में मजे नहीं. साला इसका वॉलेट तो खाली है. खाली है मतलब कुछ नहीं है. कुछ नहीं है. इसका फोन ले फोन. अरे तो एंड्रॉइड वालों से 5 रुपया दे रहे बेचारे को. बाबू कुछ खाया नहीं है बेचारा 2 दिन से. तू है ना मेरे उधर ना हर रविवार को उधर खिचड़ी मिलता है गरीबों के लिए. आ जाने का खाने के लिए, ठीक है? तू जा वॉलेट लेके जा. फोन हाँ ले, फोन भी लेके जा. कुछ खा लेना. 5 रुपया दिया बाबू. बहुत गरीब से एंड्रॉइड वाला ना. आपको भी ले आना. भगवान माफ कर देना, गरीब पे हाथ डाल दिया. क्या कर दिया रे? क्या कर दिया? ये शाने चल. ये क्या जेब चेक कर इसका. सब सामान निकाल इसका.
अरे पर क्या कर?
अबे चुप. पावर बैंक लेके घूम रहा है तू?
अरे वो आईफोन वाला हो ना, तुमको तो मालूम ही है अभी बैटरी.
दूसरा जेब चेक कर इसका. और एक पावर बैंक. दूसरे जेब में भी पावर बैंक.
आईफोन है, तुमको तो मालूम ही है ना बैटरी का.
अरे यार इसके पीछे के जेब से निकाल. कुछ तो निकाल. फील मत ले. फील मत. ये दोनों में पावर बैंक. अबे यार आगे भी 2 पावर बैंक, पीछे भी 2 पावर बैंक, चार्जर पावर बैंक.
अरे आईफोन है, तुमको तो
हाँ मालूम है, मेरे को मालूम है यार. एक काम कर, इसके डिक्की में कुछ निकलेगा.
डिक्की में नहीं.
तो चुप रहे, तेरे को कौन पूछे? पीछे दिखा.
ओए क्या मिला?
ओ भाई पावर बैंक तक तो ठीक था, इतना बड़ा इन्वर्टर का बैटरी।
वो आईफोन है, तुमको तो
So how many of you have seen this video before? Anyone who
Me,
have
sir.
seen?
Me, sir. Yes, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So you must be
No, sir.
okay.
No, sir.
No, sir.
ठीक है.
No,
So I
yes,
hope you
sir.
have seen. I mean,
Yes, sir.
So here, I mean, the people have. I mean, so look at the Android phone user, right? And look at the Apple phone user. Again, I'm not commenting which is good or bad. I mean, just it is for fun, or probably just add some comment here. The Android user is more pride having Android phone, despite it has some limitation in terms of battery, right? There are many videos which talk about that. I mean, there are many tip videos which is the thing. So that is why, I mean, because when the iPad has been launched, Steve Jobs basically launched this. So it's not like, I mean, these functionality were not available in some counterpart product which are there, right? So all functionality which he was providing most of at that time was available, but he provided the same with better, I would say, the better user experience. And that is why, I mean, the Apple succeeded significantly and make a huge market share. And the people are kind of more like, I mean, they want to have, I don't know if you have seen any, the video where the people are queuing in the, I mean, whole night when there's some Apple phone or something has been launched. Have you seen any such news or something?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
In
I have
USA,
seen for
in USA
Samsung.
for
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I have
so
seen for
usually
Samsung.
usually it may not happen in India, but at least in US, Singapore, when I was there in Singapore, I've seen, I mean, the people queue in the whole night in order to get the first, I mean, the iPhone. I mean, the next, despite they bought the iPhone just last year, they also want to have the newest one in the next year. So that is the craziness about the people, because they are very much satisfied with the user experience and so on. So it's more about quality user experience start from the start. So it's also include the launching of the product. It's also about the owning a product and how it is simple, elegant, distinct brand, pleasurable, must have fashion item, catchy names, and so on. So many aspects of UX that can be considered in many ways, taking into them account when designing interactive products of central importance that are usability, functionality, aesthetics, content, look, feel, and emotional appeal. So with this note, I would like to stop now, because I would like Kanupriya, the TA of our course, to present one of the works he has done with me probably last year. And that will also help you to, I stop presenting now. So that will basically also help you to understand what we are expecting when you present from next class onward. So Kanupriya, I believe, let me basically make you co-host, I guess.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. Yes. So you are co-host now. I believe you can share the screen and go ahead.
Yes, sir.
So
Okay.
Kanupriya, you have almost 23 minutes. So that should be over to you now.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, I can see. Thanks.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Kanupriya and I'll be presenting my project that was a Hunger Deal, which is basically a food delivery price comparison app. So this project was done as a part of a course project for
Kanupriya,
design.
sorry to interrupt. Would you
Yeah.
like to use the presentation mode? I guess that will be.
Yeah. So this project was done as a part of Design of Interactive Systems course, which was done under Rajiv sir. And we actually also published a research paper on this project, which was submitted to India HCI conference, which is an international conference on human-computer interaction. So before I start the slides, I'll actually like to show a video on this project, which will help you get an idea of what the project is and how the application works. Is the sound audible?
Yes.
We can hear. Thank you.
So let's dive into the application. This is our homepage. In the homepage, we have filters, cuisines, top restaurants,
and top dishes. So let's say we select veg only filter. So we get a list of only veg dishes. And for example, if we select a cuisine, for example, say Indian cuisine, then we get a list of Indian dishes. And if we select a particular restaurant, then we get all the dishes from that particular restaurant. So now let's see how the application actually works. So for example, I want to order a vegetable burger from Ashirwad restaurant. Let's say 2 vegetable burgers. And now we have an option of compare. So when we click on compare price, we go on to the page where we get a compared price and delivery time from all the 3 applications. And here we can see 179 rupees is the cheapest from Swiggy. And so we can directly order from Swiggy. And when we click on order from Swiggy, we directly go into the cart where vegetable burger from Ashirwad restaurant has been added. And we also have the search tab. In the search tab, we have a search bar along with recent searches. Also, we have the cuisine section there. In the applications tab, we have a top application in your area, and also we have a list of applications which we can directly use from Hunger Deal. In the account section, we have a list of options present for the user, and along with that, we also have a dark mode to make the application accessible and useful. So now we go to the design process where we used participatory design approach. We started from surveys, interviews, user stories and scenarios, then we did prototyping, Google walkthroughs, Nielsen's heuristics, cooperative evaluation, and task-based evaluation. So let's see how the application actually makes a difference. So in the left-hand side, we have a scenario prior to Hunger Deal, where the user is switching between various applications to search the best and the cheapest price. Whereas on the right-hand side, the scenario of using Hunger Deal, the user opens Hunger Deal, browses through the application, selects a particular dish, and clicks on compare, and hence gets the best deal for him.
Okay. So I hope you got an idea of what the project was about from the video. And now I'd like to go over the research methodology and how we actually came about with this project. So as we discussed in the lectures and in the tutorials, so first you have to identify the problem area that you want to work on. So for this project, the background was that we saw that there was an increase in the number of food delivery apps in the market, in the Indian market, and the competition was also increasing. And we saw that the same food items often, the cost of the same food item often varied across different applications like Swiggy, Zomato, and Uber Eats. And people used to manually compare the prices across these different apps to get the best deals. And at this point, no such price comparison system exists in India. So this application actually acts like a Trivago for food delivery apps. And through our user research, we found out that the manual comparison of apps, users found it to be very tedious as well as time consuming. So as we said, whenever you start with a project, you have to formulate your problem statement and you need to have some objectives in mind. So and you also have to decide upon your stakeholders. So when we started with this project, we wanted one of our objectives was to explore the prevalent food delivery app usage patterns of Indian adults. And we focused our user base in Delhi in the age range between 18 to 44 years. And this was not randomly chosen. So this number came out from our research, like from our surveys, as well as from other research inputs. Like we used external research inputs from newspapers who had done research on what is the largest user base in India who uses food delivery apps. And then we focused upon these stakeholders, 18 to 44 years Indian adults living in New Delhi. And so one of our objectives while building this application was that users want to get the best deal and every time they use these apps, and they also want to put in minimum efforts, and they don't want to like put a lot of mental hassle in choosing which application to use. So we wanted to reduce their cognitive load, their mental effort, to make their user experience better of using these food delivery apps. We wanted to provide users with a convenient way where they can get the best deal for online food delivery, and where they didn't have to spend so much time or effort to get that best deal. So this is about the design our solution. So what we proposed was an Android based app that gives users the best deals and saves them money, time and efforts, since they don't have to carry out a manual comparison. So the comparison our application did was on between apps called Swiggy, Uber Eats and Zomato. So this was done before Uber Eats was acquired by Zomato. Now Uber Eats is currently not functioning. And the what we presented to the user was the final prices as well as the delivery times, so that the users can make a decision about like what do they prefer, what do they want to prioritize. Is it the final cost of the item, or is it the delivery time? And then they can make an informed decision, and then our application would redirect them to which app they want to order from. So these are some of the screens of the application which we just saw in the video. So yeah, I'll just skip this. So talking about the research methodology, so we broke our research methodology into 3 phases. The first one was contextual inquiry, then followed the designing and prototyping phase, and then came the evaluation phase. So in contextual inquiry, we basically conducted online surveys as well as interviews. So the online surveys was done to gain quantitative data. Here we got participants' food delivery app usage. We saw how frequently do users use these food delivery apps. Do they actually use multiple food delivery apps? Why do they use these multiple food delivery apps? Are they using some sort of manual comparison to choose which app to prefer? So after these online surveys, we actually validated our problem statement, which we had initially formed. We saw that people are carrying out a manual comparison and they do think it is tedious as well as time consuming. And then we conducted 20 interviews. This was done to gain qualitative data. Here, we got to know about how users place orders, what are the food ordering practices, what are the preferences, how do they choose between different apps. So it is very important whenever you conduct research that you gain both qualitative as well as quantitative data. So qualitative data can be gained in the form of interviews or focus group discussions. So these are some of the learnings that we gained from contextual inquiry. We found out that like for example, we found out that comparison was a compulsive but tedious process, that even though people thought that it is very tedious, still 70% of our people who we interviewed and who did our surveys said that they do compare different apps, and based on cost and also delivery time. And the second learning was that people compare different apps to save money as well as time. So sometimes people prefer the app which has a lower cost overall. Sometimes they prefer the app which has lower delivery times. So this is very important. So whenever you conduct any form of research methodology, you need to see what you need to note down your observations, and you need to analyze them to get some learnings from it. Because if you miss out on the analysis phase, you might not see some of the observations that are indirect. So you need to analyze all your observations and see what are the learnings that you can deduce from them. So these are some examples of the type of qualitative data that is very important. So like here, these are some excerpts from the interviews. Like participants stated that it is very inconvenient to compare prices over multiple apps, especially when you're not sure about what you want to order. You have to check the final prices by adding items to cart, applying coupons, and so on. It is a long process. So what this shows us is that we need to always cater for a lot of diverse type of users. And so over here from this, we get to know that some users are unsure about what they want to order. So if they do not know what they want to order, then it will be even a longer process for them. Then they'll have to compare the prices for multiple food items. So qualitative data is very important in the sense that it gives you an idea of what are the different user scenarios and different types of users that you have to cater for to make your application. Because at the end of the day, you need to make an application or a solution which is more inclusive in nature. So this is the second phase, which is designing and prototyping. So some of these methods you might have not heard of right now. Some of them will be taught to you in later lectures and tutorials. I'll just give you a brief idea right now. So we started with user stories. So in user stories, we basically translated our knowledge from the contextual inquiry through brainstorming sessions. So what we did was we got to know different users and their preferences through the surveys and interviews, and then we basically translated them into user stories. In the sense, we tried to list out different scenarios or different types of users that would want to use our app, which actually helped us to list down the features that our application would have to have. And then after we listed down these features, then we created the low fidelity paper prototypes. So after we created the low fidelity paper prototypes, we performed a group walkthrough on that, which is basically you discuss with your group different scenarios where your application can be used in, and you identify potential usability problems, like maybe this feature doesn't work, or maybe this positioning doesn't work, and you think of possible design improvements. So this is something that you do together as a group. Then after that, we built a high fidelity prototype using software tools like Adobe XD. And then we carried out a think aloud and cooperative evaluation. So what this is basically, you sit with the future users of the application, you sit with the participants. Can you mute yourself, please?
हाँ मैं कर दूंगा अभी जाकर.
Okay. So basically in this, you sit with the future users of your application and you ask them to use your app, and you ask them to think about whatever they are feeling, whatever the problems they're facing. If they find something which is working, they say it aloud. If they find something which is not working, you note that down. So this actually helps you to gain some user perspective on how your application is working. So here you can video record or audio record the participants with their permission, of course, and you need proper consent forms. And this actually helps you to gain a lot of rich data in the sense of what is working in your application, what is not working, and then you make the relevant changes. So like design is a very iterative process, so you need to keep on iterating the design as well as the final solution. So after we got this evaluation done, then we created the first working prototype. Then after that, we applied Nielsen's heuristics on it. So Nielsen's heuristics is basically a set of 10 design principles which were listed down by Jacob Nielsen, and they have their principles about what is a good design. So you evaluate your application or your solution according to those principles, and you see what are the features that are according to those principles and what are the features that are not according to them, and then you iteratively change that, and then only then you get it finally evaluated by the users. So even from the design phase, we had certain learnings, like we got to know that there were certain types of users who were unsure about what to order, so they would not directly benefit from the search feature, which is why we added those categories like top restaurants and top cuisines, etc. And we also found out that many users had storage constraints on their phones. That is, they were not able to install multiple food delivery apps on their phone, which is why we added the feature of accessing different apps from within our app, so that the users don't have to even download all the applications. So these were the learnings from the design phase, which is why we made those certain design changes in our application. So whenever you design anything, whenever you think of any solution, it should not be about what you want. It should be about what you got from your research inputs by interacting with the users, by following these design principles. So then we came to the evaluation part. So basically in the evaluation, the participants were asked to order the same food item with and without hunger deal to get the best deal. So what we found out was that on average, users who used our app were able to save rupees 30 per order compared to users who do not compare. And we found out that Hunger Deal was able to make the comparison process easier as well as quicker, thereby improving the user experience. The average time that people used to take to compare the prices reduced from 126 seconds to mere 37 seconds. And the average number of clicks also reduced from 32 to 6. This means that the efforts that the user has to put in to get the best deal, the time that the user has to spend to get the best deal is all reduced, thereby improving their experience. So currently also we are working on this app. So we are trying to ensure accessibility and inclusiveness by including features like voice search, text to speech, colorblind friendly mode, and availability in multiple regional languages. We're also trying to improve our design by engaging with the target population, which is very important. At every stage of the design process, you need to engage with your participants, you need to engage with the users, because ultimately they are the ones who have to use your solution. So if it is not according to their requirements, it will not work. So that is it for the presentation. If you have any
Kanupriya, I
questions-
wanted to ask one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did you require to take permission from Zomato and Swiggy to access their database?
No. So basically and for this prototype, we were scraping the data from Zomato and Swiggy and Uber Eats. So right now we did not have to take any permissions because we haven't exactly deployed it on Play Store. It's not available for the public use.
All right.
Okay, so everyone, so I believe many part of the slides are very overwhelming, and so I understand you may not need to cover all those details, because in this case, I mean, the Kanupriya has all the work with her, right? So that's why she was able to present. In your case, you may be that's why I said, I mean, you can use any existing resource available to you. So that would be in terms of article, that could be in terms of existing papers, or probably anything that is available. Just provide proper acknowledgement to the work that you are taking, and just what, based on your understanding, comment on its design, its usability, its other part that we have discussed in the details of the presentation. Is this clear, or do you have any questions?
So since we just have 2 days, I suppose we are not needed to make a user interface, drawn
That's
user.
fine. No. We don't want you to make a user interface. We do, because this is not project, right? This is just presentation. You can use any existing work and just use screenshot. Just you can use existing figures, or you can just draw something. You do not need to build a
As an
real
example.
user interface or something, right?
As an
Sir,
example.
Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to ask one thing.
Yeah, Bhi.
Sir, so can we like use some sort of like, can we present some on some app, like the UI or UX of the particular app? Can we present on that?
Yeah, you can present, but only the UI is not enough, right? We also want to look at what problem you are solving, right?
Okay, all right.
Right? Because
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we have to present on Wednesday. So, sir, do we have to prepare a PPT?
Yes, you need to prepare a PPT for 10 minutes. So I believe for 10-minute PPT, it won't be more than 10 slides, right? Or probably even less.
Right, thank you, sir.
So basically, sir, we just need to present our ideas in a form of PPT and explain it, right?
Yeah. You need to explain it on the different points that we have mentioned, about the problem statement, about its usability, its design, and other part that we have mentioned.
Sir, could you suggest some sort of a website where we can find a lot of statistics to support our data? Any good website if you know? Because we don't have time for surveys and all.
No, why not? I mean, just you are 5 to 5 people are there, right? Ask Google Baba, ask many other things which are available. So because we also want you to basically explore the thing by yourself, right? So how you learn, I mean, if you tell you everything.
So can we have the presentation that Kanupriya have presented right now?
I believe it should not be an issue. Kanupriya, can you share the presentation?
I'll share it.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, I had another doubt. During the presentation, do we had to back our claims with some kind of surveys? Like if I say
no.
The problem, do we have to support
no.
it with some survey present there out there, or we can just simply say that this is the problem most of the people face?
No, this is the problem. And the survey thing, basically you need to take a result of existing survey which is available in the article or in the paper and so on. You do not need to conduct the survey and come up with it, right? Because here the idea is just use existing resources and discuss all these points, right? We don't, because the survey and other thing that you have to do, that you will be doing as part of the project that you'll be doing later. Okay.
So do we have to submit the presentation before, or we just have to present it on Wednesday?
No, you can present. I think after the presentation you can submit, but at least because I understand the people keep working on the slides till the last minute, right? So I am fine
Yes,
if
sir.
you don't submit before the presentation, but at least, yeah, submit after the presentation.
Thank you,
So
sir.
we just need to cover up the points of problem statement, the solution we are offering. That should be our main goal. Like we don't need to go into very big details like Kanupriya ma'am did.
Yeah, exactly. So, but at least we want to hear about what is your comment about how usable it is, right? How good or bad design it has, and if so, I mean, how we can improve based on your understanding so far, right?
It could be hardware or software.
Sorry.
Sir, I mean to ask, the project is not restricted to software
No,
only.
no, no,
It could be
no.
any
It could be
hardware.
anything. Yeah, as I said, it could be anything. It could be anything as long as some SCI concept are involved. Somehow, human-centered systems are involved.
So we will have a project later on this thing, right? Like the same topic, making
Not
our
necessary. It can be, it cannot be. That we have to discuss in the probably in the coming week or so. But yeah, the presentation that you are doing now is not necessary has to be your project uh, project topic. It can be different.
So, but
And that
then we would run out of problems to solve now because we have done already this thing twice in our tutorial also, and then there's this presentation also.
Mhm.
Looking for
The
problems.
thing is, yeah, we are not. The thing is, we are not stopping you to use that. We are
Okay,
not
we can
stopping you to
again
use,
use
but
it in our project, which would be great.
yeah, you can use in the project, and later on, I mean, I understand that it may not be probably come up with 60 new problems because uh, so in that case, I mean, the same probably the problem can be used by others in the project, but probably they can focus on different aspect. That we'll see how we can make it more formal in the coming week.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Arpit.
So I was thinking about the project to do for this presentation, but then Googling, it seems some in 2016 already had published research papers about that. So if I do a presentation on this, then will it be flagged as plagiarism?
As I said, just provide the acknowledgement.
Okay, sir.
So when you said that it only has to be user-centered, we have to show human-centered. It does not have to be about human and computer interaction only, right? It can be more in the physical realm also.
It should be fine as long as somehow you can show some human computer interaction part there.
All right, thank you.
Sir, as Bhagyesh told in the beginning, can you tell about the projects which we will have in this semester?
For the project, we will be providing more details later on. We cannot immediately tell you now.
Sir, is
Okay,
this
sir.
project graded?
Project will be graded, presentation is not. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Vidhan.
Sir, I have read like a couple of pages of the book. So, like, can I quote some examples that are present in this book
Yeah, of course.
in the presentation?
Yeah. As I said, you are fine to use anything as long as you are providing proper acknowledgement.
All right, thank you.
Any more questions?
So what if we come up with an idea and we come up with our own idea and that already exists on Google somewhere? So will that be will that be considered under plagiarism?
What I said, just if anything is already exist, just provide the acknowledgement. I mean, because you can
So
do
we need
something.
to cross check. So we need to cross check that what we are presenting, if that already exists.
Of course, I mean, that is because as part of the survey, as part of the literature survey that you'll be doing, I think it is good to first, I mean, if you're working on any problem, right, there is no, it doesn't make any sense to reinvent the wheel again. If the wheel already invented, so why do you want to reinvent again? So just take the learning. So for example, once the wheel was developed earlier, probably that may not be the good, right? So you can mention, okay, so this wheel is already exist. I'm creating a new wheel or I'm proposing a new wheel which may be probably better than the previous one in these aspects. Okay. So the idea is, I mean, if anything is exist, I mean, it's a
Yeah,
good
thank you, sir.
practice. Yeah, it's a good practice to make yourself aware what already exists. For example, Kanupriya was working on Hunger Day. She has performed literature survey and got to know there is no such system work, right? Which do the food comparison thing, but there was something similar exist for ticket, air, I mean the travel and so on. So she got the inspiration. She got the inspiration, say, from Trivago to build something similar for food comparison. So looking at existing work will help you to understand what can be done, what are done, and what are the new thing you can do. What are the new things you are adding to the system. Okay.
So let's say, for example, that the project we have later in this semester is also similar to this presentation, and we use the same idea that we used in our presentation, like which is in a week or so. Would our grades be affected if we use that same idea?
No. I mean, the both are different, right? As I said, when we evaluate your project, we don't care about what you have covered in your presentation, at least at the moment, because the purpose of presentation is more learning. The purpose of project is more learning plus evaluation.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Can we leave?
Yeah, you can leave. I mean, no one is stopping you unless anyone has any other question.
Sir, sir, will there be a tutorial for IHCI today?
Yes, that is scheduled. I mean, I believe for group 5, 6, and 7, you will have your tutorial today from 1:30 to 2:30.
Yes, sir, we are.
Yeah, so as long as I mean we inform you like there is no tutorial or no class today, just assume there will be the class and tutorials as scheduled.
So
I
we
had
would
a
have the
doubt
same
regarding the class itself. So how will we quantify user experience, or how will we get a feel of how a user experience would be good?
So that is the part of the evaluation that you'll be covering in the next few. I mean, you'll be discussing that in more details in the next few week or so, right? I mean, will be a separate. There will be separate classes on user experience. There will be separate classes on, I mean, the design. There will be separate classes on user requirement.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So can you explain again what we have to do in the project?
Hmm?
So can you explain again?
So for project, we will discuss later because we are right now we are not talking about project. So yeah, I'm not going to take any further question on project. Any other question on presentation or
Sir,
today's class?
yeah.
Can you hear me? Sir, I wanted to ask that Kanupriya ma'am has shown us the PPT and her idea. तो वो ये क्या कर रहे हैं कि कोई और उनका आइडिया ना ले इस चीज के लिए?
She can copyright. She can file a patent.
And before posting it on the Play Store also.
Yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, for example, if she has already published a paper on this, so she already has kind of copyright for this. But for the patent and all those stuff, anyone can take the idea and implement and go to, because going commercial is also not that easy. I mean, that involves many other stuff, many other efforts are involved, right? So as long as, I mean, you want to do that, I mean, you're free to do. No one can stop you as long as the person has not filed a patent.
Okay, sir.
Because the idea is already published to the Kanupriya. She has already published a paper on this, right? So the idea is her. Now, I mean, if someone going to file a patent, they cannot. In fact, now no one can get the patent because she has already published the idea.
Yeah, except that no one can get the patent.
Right.
Yeah, okay, sir.
So one more question regarding the group project. So would we have the same members in the group project that would be later in the semester? Okay.
Yeah. The group is finalized. I mean, we are not going to change the group.
Okay.
So you will have to work with the assigned group for all the group activities in this course.
Excuse me, sir. I had a question regarding, so if we share a solution to a particular problem, see, problem is generalized, but the solution can be unique to us. So if we come up with a unique solution to a particular problem, that can't be repeated in the course, right? Like nobody else in any project or other activity can use the same solution to that particular problem.
So how you can stop? I mean, the same solution cannot be done. I mean,
No, so
probably the two
exact same
different.
solution to the problem. Like if we are coming up with a particular application or a device for a particular problem, so nobody can design the exact same thing. Like that is there, or everybody can take inspiration from that.
I think anybody can take inspiration, right? What no one can stop. I mean, it's more about who come first, who basically publish first, who file patent first. I mean, all those stuff.
Okay, sir.
So I have another doubt. So you said our presentation will not be evaluated, but once we submit our PPT after the presentation, will it be considered as a project and our PPT will be evaluated, or will that not also
अरे
be
भैया
evaluated?
नहीं होगा, presentation evaluate नहीं होगा, either the presentation or the thing that you will upload later, that will not be evaluated. So that is mainly for the reference for others in case they want to probably look at your presentation. For example, Kanupriya presented, she will share the presentation with you. I mean, we are not going to evaluate Kanupriya, right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, anything else?
So when do we have to give the topics of our presentation?
We will give you details later on.
Okay.
Anybody else? As I said, please don't ask question on project. We'll provide you details later on. Anything
No, so like
related
for
to
presentation.
So for presentation as well, as I said earlier in the class, probably we will share a sheet and that you can fill the details by tonight or by end of this week.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, I had a question.
Kiran.
Yeah, if we, for this presentation, if we take a pre-existing system that we talk about, so we just have to talk about its like design, user understanding, accessibility, all of the things that you have written in the classroom.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions? Okay, if not, then thank you so much, everyone. And I hope you'll meet your corresponding TAs in the tutorial later today. And yeah, so thank you so much and take care. Bye-bye.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Regarding the book, sir, like I actually wanted to study from the hard copy because I was having some issue with my PDF viewer. So sir, I got the, like, there is one book that like exact same one that you shared in the PDF form, sir, that is quite expensive and it's rarely available online. So there was one more version that was having a red cover and the author was only Helen Sharp, but the topic is exactly the same and the title and the content seems to be same. So we can refer to that also, right?
I mean, I don't have an issue, but you'll have to cross verify whether they are discussing the same thing. But I hope it should be okay. But yeah, but you'll have to cross verify. You cannot confirm that.
Sir, when do we have to present a presentation?
Check the details shared on the Google Classroom. Anyone else?
Okay, fine.
Okay, if not, then thank you so much. Please check the Google Classroom. You'll get all the details there. Thank you so much. Bye.